My people, what that they say shall never end. See, in this life, whom God have blessed, no man can curse. And when God says what the Lord has put together, let no man put asunder. Sometimes, even if they put the asunder, the love will still will still bring them back. So right now they said there is so much tears and confusion among the wives of the king. And the reason is because I think at this point, the king did not care what the people will say or what the Olories feels or anything. The only thing that matters to him right now is what his heart or whom the heart beats for, who happens to be the queen. So the house that they said the king is building for Queen Naomi, allegedly, where she will return back very soon. They said the king have spent so much money to build that house. So the Oloris are still crying over the fact that the kind of money that the king is spending on in the house, that he might not be able to spend it for them if they happens to be in her shoe. Now, they said there is another thing that makes the wives to cry. But at this point, they are pretending because to me, I'll call it pretense. They said that villa that the king named it Ile Ayaba, Tony Okan Oba. And from my inquiries, this simply means that the house belongs to a queen whose the king's heart belongs to, or who holds the heart of the king. You know, someone that is so special to the king, the one that the heart of the king beats for. You know what that means? And they said the signpost where they wrote that name, they have been covering it all this while. Only recently it was unveiled, and the wives could not hold their tears. And you know that at this point, the king does not care. He did not care. What matters to him is that anything that will make the wife to be happy and return. I know that some of these people who have been affected by that strange disease, they will not mind. Yes, even if they don't like it, they will have to keep it to themselves. But they said, when you enter the palace right now, the wives are murmuring up and down. You will see some of them, they don't even have anything to go up to bring. They'll be going up, going down, murmuring. So it simply means that the heart of the king did not beat for them. It's only the queen that the heart of the king beat for, the one that holds the heart of the queen, of the king. They said that has caused so much wahala in the palace. But one thing right now is that they can't confront the king over that. The only thing is that they have been going about complaining to the people they can complain to, murmuring, feeling bad and everything. And that is because they married Queen Naomi's husband. Because if they marry their husbands, I believe if Ebony is still in her husband's house, maybe the husband would have built a bigger villa for her with a signpost that bears the villa, that bears Ile Ayaba, Tony Okan, the husband's name, you know. And the same thing with Igbi them. If Igbi had been in her husband's house by now, maybe they would have crowned her the queen of the place or anything, you know. So one thing about marrying people's husband or marrying a man who does not love you is that you will have to be forcing that love. You will have to be making so much sacrifices. And yet, at the end of the day, those sacrifices might not be appreciated because you are making it for the wrong person. But you see that person that is loved, whether she do anything or not, she will still be loved, and they will even appreciate her for staying. They will appreciate her for being part of their lives. When you force yourself on a man, or when you use juju to make a man marry you, now you go suffer am, because that man did not love you. And if you reason am, if you check Ebony's relationship with the king, you could see that there is no love there. Because if the king loves you, there is no how you'll be in his life You are even claiming that you are betrothed to him, and he'll be going about marrying other wives. You are still there, oh, and yet you are still going to his bed, and yet you are still trying to please him. Ha! Now, wow. A reasonable woman who values herself or who knows her worth, that is in a relationship, the moment he hears that this man wants to marry, ah, she will ask herself, does it mean that I am not worthy of this man? Why would she be in a relationship with me and want to marry another person? The woman will leave the man for good and will never even turn back. But in this situation, some people will by trying to be part of the marriage. So, and that is why some people did not know their words. And they said the king have even reminded them that Queen Naomi's case is not pride. She is not proud of herself. She knows her worth. Unlike some people who are forcing themselves to the throne. Anyways, they said the Olories are murmuring up and down over the name that the king gave to Queen Naomi's new villa. You know, they are still complaining about the how much he spent there, because they said the king really spent so much money. You know that one thing about this particular king is that he has high taste. He has the money, sha, because if he did not have the money, maybe he would not have this kind of high taste. Remember that that palace wasn't the way it is. It was when he ascended the throne that he decided to change it to his taste. So to tell you that he really have a high taste. Look at the women self that he's marrying. You could know that, yes, he knows what he's doing. So those of them who are forcing themselves on the marriage, they are the ones that will regret it. Yes, so of course they are regretting it now, because when you are in a marriage, when you are married to a man and the man keep praising another woman even before you, even telling you to your face that you are forcing yourself where you are not wanted. Hey, this life no balance, so no balance at all. Right now, they said the wives are restless, but there is nothing they can do, because at this point they are trying to please the king, so that Ituase will not continue. Because if it is then, Igbi would have gone to remove that signpost. Yes, now you know how she used to do before now. If was then, even everyone except they will go and remove the signpost, and to become a topic on its own. But right now they are humbled. Everyone is trying to tell the king, no problem, let her return. After all, we wanted peace, and all of that. So that is what we are hearing if the information is true. But I want to remind you that these are all alleged, unverified information making rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact unless we verify them, okay? Thanks for watching. Do well to subscribe to my channel, follow my page, and share this video. I love you guys. Bye. See you.